What does it truly mean when a woman shares her problems with you? Is she just venting? Is she looking for solutions? Or is there something deeper at play? In this video, we'll unpack the deeper meaning behind her confessions, peeling back the layers to uncover what's truly at play. We'll explore how understanding her struggles, guided by timeless Stoic principles, can help you become not just a better partner, but a better man. This isn't just about relationships. It's about building emotional intelligence, strengthening connections, and practicing the art of presence. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of her needs and your role, along with actionable tips to handle these moments with wisdom and strength. Let's dive in. Number 1. She trusts you enough to be vulnerable. When a woman opens up about her struggles, it's never random. It's a profound signal of trust. Vulnerability isn't something people display lightly. It's reserved for those they feel emotionally safe with. Think about it. How often do you share your own insecurities or challenges with just anyone? It requires courage and a deep belief that the person on the other side won't use it against you or dismiss your feelings. When she chooses to share her innermost thoughts with you, she's essentially saying, "I trust you with this part of me that I don't show to the world." Epictetus once said, "We cannot control the emotions of others, but we can control how we respond to them." And this is precisely what you need to do when she opens up. Your role isn't to jump in and fix her problems, dismiss her emotions, or get overwhelmed by them. Your role is to be the steady, calming presence she can lean on, a rock amidst the storm. Let me paint a picture for you. She's had a tough day. Maybe her boss unfairly criticized her work, or she's feeling unappreciated by her team. She comes home, sits down, and begins to unload what's weighing on her heart. In that moment, you have a choice. You could default to what many people do, interrupting with advice like, "You should just quit," or saying something dismissive like, "It's not that big of a deal." Or you could choose a different approach, one rooted in Stoic principles and emotional intelligence. Instead, you take a deep breath, make eye contact, and say, "I'm here for you." That sounds incredibly frustrating. Tell me more. No advice, no judgment, just listening. This simple response does something extraordinary. It shows her that you value her feelings, that you're willing to share the emotional load she's carrying, even if just for a moment. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." In this context, being tolerant means giving her the space to express herself without judgment or interruption. Being strict with yourself means resisting the urge to immediately solve her problem or dismiss her emotions. Instead, you practice self-discipline, staying present and attentive, even when it's easier to zone out or respond with a quick fix. These moments of vulnerability are gifts, opportunities to deepen the trust and connection between you. They aren't just venting sessions. They are invitations for you to step up and be the partner she needs. And here's the beauty of it. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to fix her problems. What matters most is that she feels seen, heard, and understood. Over time, these small acts of emotional presence will transform your relationship. She'll come to know that she can rely on you, not because you have all the solutions, but because you make her feel safe, valued, and cared for. In a world where everyone seems too busy or distracted, being this kind of steady, grounded partner will set you apart in the best possible way. So, the next time she opens up, take a moment to appreciate the trust she's placing in you. Respond not with solutions, but with your presence. Let your calm, empathetic demeanor be the reassurance she needs. In doing so, you'll build a relationship that thrives on trust, respect, and emotional intimacy, one that reflects the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and the enduring power of simply being there for each other. Number 2, she's seeking connection, not solutions. Let's dive into something we often overlook, this instinct many of us have to fix things. It's natural, especially when you care deeply about someone. When she comes to you with a problem or something that's bothering her, your mind immediately jumps into solution mode. You start thinking, how can I solve this? What advice can I give? What action can I take to make this better? But here's the truth. Most of the time, she's not looking for a solution. She's seeking connection. She wants to feel seen and heard. When a woman shares her struggles with you, it's not an invitation to solve her life. It's an invitation to step into her emotional world and be there with her. Picture this. She comes home after a long day and tells you she's feeling overwhelmed with balancing everything on her plate. You care, so you immediately say things like, maybe you should start saying no to things, while your intentions are coming from a good place. What you might hear instead is, does he think I can't handle this? Is he dismissing how I feel? What she actually wants is for you to sit with her in her emotions, to acknowledge her feelings, and to let her know she's not alone. You might say, wow, that sounds so frustrating. I'm sorry you had to go through that today. I'm here for you. Notice the difference? You're not taking over or rushing to fix. You're simply being present. Marcus Aurelius often reminded us of the importance of focusing on what we can control. In this situation, you can't control the external circumstances she's dealing with, her workload, or her decisions. Those are hers to navigate. What you can control is your response. Instead of trying to manage or fix her situation, focus on being a steady, supportive presence. Now, how can you do this in practice? It starts with asking questions that show you're listening and that you value her thoughts. For example, how does that make you feel? What's the hardest part of this for you? What do you think would help the most right now? These questions don't take away her autonomy. They highlight it. You're not swooping in to rescue her. You're showing her that you trust her ability to handle things while also letting her know you're right there beside her. This doesn't mean you should never offer advice. There will be times when she does want your input. But the key is to listen first. Pay attention to her cues. If she's looking for solutions, she'll let you know. More often than not, though, she's simply looking for someone to hold space for her emotions, to let her know that it's okay to feel what she's feeling and that she's not alone. So next time she shares something personal or difficult, resist the urge to jump in with a plan. Take a deep breath, look her in the eye and say, I'm here for you. Because sometimes the best thing you can do is not to solve the problem, but to remind her that she doesn't have to face it alone. Connection is about presence, not performance. It's about showing her that no matter what she's going through, you're there, not as her fixer, but as her partner. That, my friend, is what truly strengthens a relationship. What do you think about this approach? Reflect for a moment on the times when someone simply listened to you. No advice, no fixing, just presence. How did that make you feel? Leave a comment and share your insights. Or, if this resonates with you, type this in the comments. Connection over solutions. Let's open up the conversation. Number 3, she values emotional safety. When a woman opens up to you about her struggles, her frustrations, or even her insecurities, she's offering you something incredibly vulnerable. She's showing you that she trusts you enough to share the parts of her life that might feel raw or even messy. This is not something to take lightly. It's a rare and beautiful sign that she feels safe with you. Think about it. How often do you confide in someone who makes you feel judged, dismissed, or misunderstood? Probably never. It's human nature to guard our emotions around people we don't trust. So if she's letting you in, it means she sees something in you. A steady presence, a safe harbor. Emotional safety is the foundation of any meaningful connection. And when she feels it with you, it's a gift worth treasuring and protecting. This is where Stoicism comes into play, specifically the practice of temperance, keeping your emotions balanced, calm, and steady. It's not about suppressing what you feel, but about managing how you respond. When you remain composed, especially during emotionally charged moments, you create an atmosphere where she feels safe to express herself. Your steadiness communicates that, no matter what she's going through, you're there, not as someone who will judge or fix her, but as someone who truly listens and supports. Imagine she's upset about a recurring issue with a family member. Maybe her sibling keeps undermining her efforts, or her parents aren't respecting her boundaries. She finally gathers the courage to share this with you, but there's a part of her that worries. Will you think she's being too dramatic? Will you brush her feelings aside? Now, this is your moment to show her what emotional safety really looks like. Instead of reacting with impatience or trying to solve the problem right away, you take a deep breath, maintain your calm, and say something like, "I can understand why that would upset you. It makes sense that you'd feel this way. Thank you for trusting me enough to share it with me." What have you done here? You've validated her feelings without jumping to conclusions or solutions. You've shown her that her emotions are not a burden to you, but something you value and respect. In doing so, you're reinforcing the idea that she can let her guard down with you, that she's safe to be her true self without fear of judgment. Now, let's step back and think about why this matters for you as well. Emotional stability isn't just about creating a safe space for her. It's about building something meaningful for both of you. When she knows she can rely on you to stay steady, even when emotions run high, it deepens the trust between you. It shows her that you're not the kind of person who gets overwhelmed or backs away when things get tough. Instead, you're someone who meets challenges with resilience and composure, a rare quality in today's world. You can't change her family dynamics, and you can't erase the challenges she's facing, but you can control how you respond. By remaining calm and present, you give her something far greater than advice. You give her the reassurance that she doesn't have to face it all alone. You're not just a sounding board, you're a partner she can lean on when things feel heavy. Remember, creating emotional safety isn't a one-time act. It's a consistent effort. And when you approach it with a calm mind and an open heart, you're not just being a good partner. You're becoming the kind of person who elevates every relationship you're part of. Number 4. She's testing the depth of your character. Sometimes, when a woman shares her struggles, she's testing your ability to handle emotional pressure. Can you handle pressure? Can you navigate complexity? Can you stand steady in life's storms? These moments aren't just conversations. They're windows into your character. She's not looking for perfection. She's looking for presence. And how you respond says a lot about who you are and whether you're someone she can truly lean on. The Stoics understood the profound importance of composure in the face of challenges. Seneca famously said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." What does this mean for you? When she brings up a sensitive topic, especially one charged with emotion, It's natural to feel an urge to react instantly. Maybe you feel defensive, confused, or even overwhelmed. But the key here is to pause, to resist that knee-jerk reaction. That pause is where strength lies. It's where you show her you're not just reacting, but truly listening and processing. Imagine she tells you about a mistake she made in the past, something she's ashamed of. It's raw, vulnerable, and it took courage for her to bring it up. If you respond dismissively, saying something like, "Why are you even telling me this?" Or if you react harshly, "That's really messed up," you risk making her feel judged or unsafe. In that moment, she might shut down, and you'll lose the opportunity to deepen your connection. Now, imagine this instead. You take a breath. You lean in, not just physically, but emotionally. You listen without interrupting. When she finishes, you say, "That sounds like it was really difficult for you. Thank you for trusting me enough to share that." Or maybe you ask, "How do you feel about it now? Has it been on your mind a lot lately?" With just a few words, you create a safe space where she feels heard, respected, and valued. This is where the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius comes in. He wrote, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging sea falls still around it." That's what she's looking for. Not a man who has all the answers, but one who can remain steady when the emotional waters get turbulent. The Stoic approach here isn't about suppressing your own feelings or being indifferent. It's about being steady. It's about showing her that you can face life's challenges, both yours and hers, with patience and grace. And when you embody that kind of strength, she'll not only feel safer with you, but she'll also see you as someone she can trust deeply. So the next time she opens up about something vulnerable, don't rush to respond. Take a moment to reflect. Listen not just to her words, but to what she's really trying to share. And remember, these are the moments where your character is revealed. Handle them with patience, empathy, and strength. It's in these moments that you show her you're not just a partner. You're a rock she can count on, no matter what life throws your way. What about you? Take a moment to reflect on this. Have you encountered a situation where you felt tested, not just in your words, but in the depth of your character? How did you respond? Share your story in the comments below, or simply type, "I choose to be steady, like the rock." Your perspective could inspire someone else navigating their own journey. Number 5, she wants to feel heard. When she speaks, she's not just stringing together words for the sake of it. She's sharing her world with you, her thoughts, her feelings, her dreams, and sometimes her worries. And what she wants more than anything in those moments is to feel truly heard. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of listening where you're nodding along while your mind is already planning what to say next or scrolling through your phone. No. She craves the kind of listening that makes her feel like, in that moment, nothing else matters but what she has to say. Think about this timeless insight from Epictetus. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. The Stoics emphasized control over oneself and being present in the moment. When you truly listen, you're exercising both. You're showing her that you value her perspective more than your urge to interject. Imagine this. She comes home after a long day and starts talking about a frustrating experience at work. Your instinct might be to jump in and offer solutions, right? Instead, pause. Put down your phone, turn off the TV, and just listen. Make eye contact. This small act alone shows her that she has your undivided attention. As she talks, nod or give affirming cues like, "I see what you mean," or "That must have been tough." Then, when she's done, try saying something like, "So you're feeling upset because your efforts weren't acknowledged, right?" By reflecting her feelings back in your own words, you're showing her that you not only heard her, but you also understood her. That's where the real magic happens. When you listen in this way, you create a safe space for her, a space where she feels seen, valued, and understood. And here's the beauty of it. When she feels heard, she's more likely to open up to you, trust you, and share even more of herself with you. The Stoics would remind us to focus on what's within our control. Listening, really listening, is entirely within your power. You can't control her feelings or fix every problem she faces, but you can control how present you are when she needs you. So, the next time she starts to share, resist the urge to multitask or rush to a solution. Take a breath, ground yourself, and be there. Because being heard isn't just a nice gesture. It's a way to show her that she truly matters to you. Number 6, she's sharing her inner world. When a woman opens up to you about her problems, it's not just about the specific issue she's addressing. She's granting you a glimpse into her inner world, her fears, her dreams, her priorities, and even how she makes sense of life's complexities. Moments like these are precious, and how you respond can set the tone for the depth of your relationship. Think of it this way. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "What harms the hive harms the bee." In the same way, understanding her inner world is essential to nurturing the connection you share. Her struggles, no matter how small they might seem at first glance, are often windows into deeper values and unspoken vulnerabilities. For example, let's say she's venting about a colleague who constantly interrupts her during meetings. On the surface, it might seem like a common workplace annoyance, but it's much more than that. It could signify her need for respect and acknowledgement, a core value that drives how she views herself and others. If you dismiss it as just work drama, you miss the chance to understand what really matters to her. Here's where Stoicism offers a guiding principle: empathy. Stoics teach us to see beyond the immediate, to view situations from another person's perspective. Instead of brushing off her concerns or trying to fix the problem too quickly, take the time to listen deeply. Ask yourself, what does this mean to her? What does it reveal about her values or her inner struggles? When you approach these conversations with curiosity and patience, you're not just hearing her words, you're decoding the essence of who she is. And that kind of understanding creates trust and intimacy. Let's take it a step further. After she shares, reflect on how her concerns align with your own values. Does her worldview resonate with yours? If respect and acknowledgement are important to her, are these qualities you embody in your own life? Relationships thrive when there's alignment, not just on the surface, but in the values that underpin your actions. So the next time she opens up, don't see it as a casual venting session. Recognize it for what it is, a rare and valuable opportunity to connect with her on a deeper level. When you show her that you see, hear, and understand her, you're not just supporting her. You're strengthening the bond between you, one authentic conversation at a time. Remember, every window into her inner world is a chance to build something profound. Don't let it slip by. What about you? Have you experienced moments like this, where someone opened up and revealed more than just the surface of their concerns? Reflect on how you responded in those situations. Did you take the opportunity to understand them on a deeper level, or was there something you wish you had done differently? Relationships are built in these small, yet significant moments of connection. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts, or simply type, "I will listen deeply and respond with empathy." Let's keep this conversation going and grow together in how we nurture understanding and connection. Number 7. She's indirectly showing you what matters to her. Have you ever noticed how much she reveals about herself in the small, everyday conversations? Every time she shares a frustration, worry, or dream, she's giving you a glimpse into her inner world. Whether it's a conflict at work, stress about a friend, or concerns about the future. These moments aren't just random complaints. They're reflections of what she values and prioritizes in life. Suppose she's venting about a challenging project at work. Beneath the surface, this might not just be about the job itself. It could mean she values ambition, personal growth, or even the stability that her career brings. If she's upset about a friend who let her down, it could signal how deeply she values loyalty and trust in her relationships. These moments aren't just about solving problems. They're windows into what makes her tick. Here's where a bit of Stoicism can help us understand this better. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Her worries and joys are like brushstrokes, painting a picture of what matters most to her. Your role isn't to judge these concerns or dismiss them, but to observe and learn. Ask yourself, do her values resonate with mine? Are we aligned in what we care about deeply? Understanding what matters to her also helps you become a better partner. If she's stressed about family, you could show her that you're attentive by asking about her family's well-being or offering support during difficult times. If her career is a big focus, your encouragement or willingness to celebrate her achievements could mean the world to her. These small actions speak louder than grand gestures, showing her that you truly see and respect her priorities. But here's a caution. Don't jump to conclusions or assume you know everything. Stay curious. A great way to do this is by asking thoughtful questions. For example, if she's sharing a challenge, you might ask, "What about this situation feels most challenging for you?" Or, "Why do you think this is affecting you so much?" These questions show her that you're genuinely invested in understanding her, not just offering surface-level support. When you approach her concerns with empathy and curiosity, you create a safe space for her to open up. This deepens your connection and builds the kind of trust that's the foundation of a strong relationship. Remember, relationships thrive not because we agree on everything, but because we take the time to truly know each other. By paying attention to what she's indirectly telling you, you're not just learning about her. You're building a bond that reflects mutual understanding and respect. Number 8. She's inviting you to be present. Let's talk about something deeper than words. The kind of connection that builds trust and leaves a lasting impact. When a woman opens up about her struggles, it's not just a conversation, it's an invitation. She's asking you to step into her world and be fully present with her. In a time where distractions are everywhere, your undivided attention is one of the greatest gifts you can offer. Imagine this. You're having a conversation, and she starts sharing something personal. A bad day at work, a lingering fear, or a childhood memory. This is your moment. Put your phone down, turn off the TV, shift your focus entirely to her. These small but significant actions tell her, "You matter to me, right here, right now." The Stoics were masters of presence long before the word became trendy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Concentrate every minute on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness." In this case, what's in front of you is her, the person who trusts you enough to let you into her thoughts. When she speaks, your job isn't to solve her problems immediately or offer quick fixes. Your job is to truly listen. Now let's get practical. How often do we find ourselves nodding without truly hearing? Or worse, glancing at our phones mid-sentence? Even subtle distractions like these can send a message that she's not your priority. Flip that script. Maintain eye contact, steady but warm. Nod to show her you're following along. Say things like, "That sounds really tough," or "I understand why you feel that way." Follow up with questions that show you care, like, "What do you think would help?" Or, "How can I support you right now?" Let's say she's venting about a disagreement with a coworker. Instead of jumping in with advice, try something like this. "That sounds frustrating. It's hard when someone doesn't see your perspective. What do you think is the best way forward?" This not only shows you're engaged, but also empowers her to process her emotions with your support. Being present isn't just about that one conversation. It's about building something bigger, a foundation of trust and emotional security. When she sees that you're consistently capable of giving her your full attention, she'll feel safer with you. She'll know you're someone she can rely on, someone who truly values her. Remember, this isn't just about her feeling seen. It's about the kind of person you choose to be. By practicing presence, you're cultivating mindfulness, patience, and empathy, not just in your relationship, but in every area of your life. If you've made it this far, it's clear you're someone who values meaningful connections and the kind of presence that can transform a relationship. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What stood out to you the most about being present in a relationship? Share your thoughts in the comments below, or simply type, "I choose to be present." Your voice matters, and your insights could inspire someone else on their journey to deeper connections. Let's keep the conversation going. Number 9. She's teaching you emotional patience. Navigating her emotions isn't always straightforward. There will be times when her struggles feel repetitive or even overwhelming, and you might find yourself wondering why you're revisiting the same topic again. But here's the thing. These moments are more valuable than they seem. They're opportunities for growth, teaching you one of the most essential skills in any relationship: emotional patience. Seneca once wrote, "Patience is the companion of wisdom." In relationships, this Stoic principle becomes your guiding light. When you choose to resist the impulse to react hastily, shut down the conversation, or dismiss her concerns, you're not just keeping the peace, you're cultivating wisdom. Emotional patience means creating a space where she feels safe to express herself fully, without fear of judgment or interruption. Imagine she's venting about a situation at work, one you've heard about multiple times before. It's tempting to cut her off and say, "Haven't we talked about this already?" But instead, you pause. You take a deep breath, grounding yourself in the present moment. You remind yourself that this isn't about you fixing her problem or even offering advice. It's about her feeling seen and heard. In that moment, your patience communicates something powerful. I'm here for you. This practice isn't always easy, and that's okay. Stoicism doesn't demand perfection. It encourages progress. By choosing patience over frustration, you demonstrate that her feelings matter to you. Over time, she'll feel more secure, knowing you're someone she can rely on during emotional highs and lows. And here's the beauty of it. This skill doesn't just strengthen your relationship. It transforms how you approach every area of life, from friendships to work challenges. Emotional patience also becomes a mirror for self-reflection. Ask yourself, Am I the kind of man who can remain calm and composed in emotionally charged situations? If your answer is yes, then you're embodying one of the core virtues of Stoicism: resilience. You're proving that you have the strength to weather the storm, not by fighting it, but by standing firm and steady. Remember, emotional patience isn't just about tolerating the moment. It's about appreciating the lesson. Each time you choose to listen with empathy and understanding, you grow. You become a man who values connection over convenience, wisdom over impulse, and love over ego. So the next time you feel your patience being tested, embrace it as an opportunity. Lean into the discomfort, practice the pause, and remind yourself of Seneca's words. Through patience, you're not only nurturing your relationship, you're becoming the best version of yourself. Number 10. She's creating space for growth. When was the last time she opened up about something bothering her? Maybe it was a tough day at work, an issue with her family, or even something about the relationship itself. Did you see it as just another conversation, or did you realize the deeper meaning behind it? When a woman shares her problems, she's not just venting or seeking solutions. She's creating space for growth, not just for herself, but for both of you. These moments of vulnerability are invitations to build a stronger, more meaningful connection. It's her way of saying, "I trust you with this part of my world." Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Think about that for a second. Her challenges, whether they're personal or shared, aren't obstacles. They're pathways. They're opportunities for you to practice patience, empathy, and understanding. Every time she shares a problem, it's an opportunity for you to show up, not just as a partner, but as someone who truly understands her. By working through these moments together, you both grow. You learn to navigate life's hurdles side by side, building a bond that's not only resilient, but also deeply fulfilling. But here's the thing: growth isn't automatic. It requires effort, presence, and a willingness to listen. You have to approach her concerns with an open mind and a genuine desire to understand. Instead of seeing her struggles as burdens, try reframing them. What can you learn about her dreams, fears, or values? Ask yourself, how can I use this moment to strengthen our bond? How can I respond in a way that shows her she's safe with me? These questions don't just improve your relationship, they shape you into a more emotionally intelligent and grounded man. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and in these moments, that's your response. You can't always fix her problems, but you can create an environment where she feels seen, heard, and valued. Over time, these small, intentional acts of understanding create a relationship that's not just surviving, but thriving. So, the next time she opens up, remember, she's not just sharing a problem, she's opening a door. Step through it with curiosity, empathy, and a mindset rooted in growth. That's how you build something truly unshakable together. As we bring this video to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the insights we've uncovered. A woman sharing her struggles with you is never just about the words she's saying. It's about trust, connection, and an invitation to deepen your relationship. These moments call for patience, presence, and understanding, not just to strengthen the bond you share with her, but also to challenge you to grow into a more composed, empathetic, and self-aware individual. We've explored how your response to her vulnerability can transform not just your relationship, but you as a person. Whether it's listening with genuine intent, showing empathy without rushing to fix things, or simply being that steady presence in her life, These actions are rooted in timeless Stoic principles. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. By staying calm and present during her emotional storms, you create a space where she feels safe, valued, and truly understood. But let's not stop here. Ask yourself, how can I take these lessons and apply them not only in my relationships, but in every interaction I have? Emotional intelligence and presence aren't just about romantic partnerships. They're about how you show up in the world. Every time you choose to listen, reflect, and respond with patience, you're building character and strengthening connections, whether with a partner, a friend, or even a colleague. If today's video resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that like button. It not only shows your support, but helps us reach more people who might benefit from these lessons. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. What part of this discussion spoke to you the most? Have you ever had a moment where listening instead of reacting changed the outcome of a conversation? Let me know in the comments. Your experiences and insights make this community stronger. Before you go, take a moment to explore the recommended videos on the screen. They're carefully chosen to build on the ideas we've discussed today. Whether it's understanding emotional dynamics in relationships or diving deeper into Stoic principles for personal growth. Trust me, there's always more to learn and reflect on. Thank you for spending your time here. Remember, being present, patient, and steady in the face of life's challenges, whether your own or someone else's, is the ultimate form of strength. You're not just a partner in those moments. You're a source of comfort, a beacon of trust, and an example of emotional maturity. So as you move forward, embrace these lessons. Practice them. Reflect on how they can shape your relationships and the person you're becoming. And as always, protect your peace of mind, stay grounded, and continue striving to be the best version of yourself. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.